Lots of people seem to think that we're at a peak right now, or we'll be there any second, which would cause these big money managers to dump the red-hot cyclical stocks. I mean a wholesale departure. They run so much. These guys, these managers, they run so much money that they can't even wait until we get to the top of the cycle. They got to be out 6 months ahead of time, which means now. Believe me, I know you need to anticipate these things, but I still think it's an absurd reiteration. You can't call peak right here. We haven't seen what happens when people start spending on travel and entertainment again. Americans love to spend money. I mean, it's practically our national pastime. For over a year, we've had basically an enforced ban on spending, unless it was online or an essential retailer. We're just now starting to get a pickup in travel. This summer, we'll be able to go to Europe, hope to see you on my plane. We're only beginning to get permission to eat inside en masse. We'll be allowed to go to the movies. Look at AMC roaring 13% today. This is the start of a new cycle, not the end, one that could benefit all the automakers, including even Tesla, which reported tonight. The stock market has figured this out. For example, today we witnessed a textbook tug of war between the peak camp and the miles from the top camp. I'm talking about Cleveland-Cliffs, the iron and steel maker. It's now the number 2 player in America behind Nucor. The stock caught a downgrade today from one firm and a price target boost from the other. What happened? The stock rallied 5% on the high volume. We have the CEO of Cleveland-Cliffs on later tonight, so he can tell us where we are in the cycle. And believe me, it's not late. And it's not just the steel makers. This morning, Otis Elevator. Wow. The leader in the S&P 500 today's action, gave us some much better than expected data. Much better. Terrific 18% growth across all geographies. Organic growth was up a stunning 10%. The 18% order growth. I mean, I'm still trying to parse through these numbers. They're so powerful. This is an elevator company. As the CEO, Judy Marks, told me, there is a construction boom beginning all over the world. And the U.S. is seeing unprecedented growth. If we were anywhere near the peak, those results wouldn't have surprised anyone. But everybody was shocked, which is how a big cap stock like Otis could rally 7% in a single session. Yeah, biggest gainer. A whole bunch of cyclical stocks that have been running, like the copper and lumber and aluminum place, got some more lift, signaling big-time construction. That's exactly what we heard from Otis, which I really think that set the group on fire. But you also saw some colossal commitment to forgotten stories. Look, on Friday, I told you to buy American Express. They reported, CEO Stephen Squeri explained that things are just beginning to get good for both consumer and spending and corporate spending. On Friday, nobody cared. Stock was crushed, vying with Honeywell for the title of the biggest loser in the Dow. Today, though, it came roaring back up 4%. You know what? I bet Honeywell does the same thing tomorrow after another beating. I would buy that one tomorrow morning. Of course, nothing took off like the semis today, a group that had been held back by this peak talk for weeks now. Early in the morning, Skyworks Solutions rallied hard. They're getting credit now for an acquisition they announced late last week, picking up the industrial and automotive lines for Silicon Labs. Something CEO Liam Griffin told us right here on Mad Money that would be fantastic when he came on the show on Friday. Soon after Skyworks started roaring, buyers came out of the woodwork for all the most cyclical semiconductor stocks. The whole group caught fire. Skyworks finished up 4.5%. So can you spot this kind of thing if you're just learning how stocks work? I always say it's just like Watergate. Follow the money. You can see the money pouring out of the food, drug, and packaged goods stocks, going right into cyclicals today. That tells you the market's figured it out, refuting all this peak talk. Bottom line, for all the hand-wringing about how this is as good as it gets from the market, today's action said there's no peak to be seen. If you can't imagine the economy getting much, much stronger than this, the problem, it's all in your imagination.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @JimCramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.